What if I told you that behind the nearest door in your kitchen, under a cracked teacup, or even in your morning conversation with your neighbor, lies the key to resetting your destiny? Today, we're going to unlock the ancient code of karma, which 2,500 years ago, the Buddha called the seed ripening into fruit. But be warned, this experiment will take you on a path where every word becomes a sword cutting the chains of illusion. By the end of this video, you'll either hate me or you'll be a different person. Are you willing to risk 7 days for 7 lives of wisdom? What if, in 7 days of silence, your complaints turned into stepping stones to success? Imagine every thought, every word is a seed that sprouts into your destiny. But what if you pull out the weeds of discontent and sow the flowers of gratitude? Today, I'm going to reveal to you an ancient secret whispered about by monks in Zen gardens that rewrites the laws of karma. This isn't just a challenge. It's the key to the door beyond which your life will become cleaner, brighter, stronger. And if you hold out until the end of the video, you will learn how to stop being a slave to words and become the creator of your destiny in a week. Are you ready for a challenge after which the world will never be the same again? Karma is not destiny. It is a breath. Your every action, word, even thought is a breath that fills the lungs of the future. In the ancient text Dhammapada, the Buddha says, mind is the forerunner of all states. Imagine, you complain about the rain and your karma becomes wet with negativity. You grumble about traffic and the universe locks the doors in front of you. But what if you stop? If you breathe only gratitude for 7 days, that is the karma challenge, your personal revolution of silence. When the monk Shinryu took a vow of silence on the summit of Mount Koya in the 14th century, he had no idea that his language would become a mirror for the world. His story is but a drop in an ocean of teachings about the power of words. But what if it is now, in this age of digital noise, that this knowledge is needed more than ever? In the next 15 minutes, you'll learn how to turn an ordinary week into an alchemical crucible of transformation. Warning: after this video, your complaints will no longer be innocent. They will become a conscious choice. Imagine your mind is a bowl filled with rainwater. Each complaint, like a handful of sand, muddies the surface. The Buddha taught, the mind is the basis of everything. Become the master of the mind, not its slave. Karma challenge begins with silence. Not with the silence of the lips, but with the quieting of the inner monologue. The first day is a battle with the windmills of your habits. You suddenly realize how often you drop parasitic phrases. Tired, unfair, when will it end? Each such word is a nail in the wing of your karma. But here's a secret. Instead of I hate traffic, say I choose peace in the flow. It's not a game of positivity. It's a reality meltdown. You wake up in the morning and see a crack on your mirror. Your first impulse is to exclaim, fail again. But stop. In the Zen parable, the monk who broke the cup said, thank you. Now I see how beautiful its form was while it existed. Your task today is to catch complaints like butterflies in a net and release them with gratitude. Every time your tongue wants to exhale bad, replace it with the word experience. Rain, experience. Align, experience. That's how you reprogram karma, from victim to learner. On the second day, you will face the demon of excuses. Remember the parable of the 2 monks crossing the river? The younger one asked, how do I not get wet? The old one replied, get wet. but don't carry the river in your bowl. Complaints are the very wet clothes we carry around for years. You'll be tempted to say, but I really have a tough job. Or, oh, I'm just sharing my experiences. Stop. Zen master Fudai used to say, suffering is clay. You are the potter. Don't describe the mud. Mold it into a vase of wisdom. Today, your patience will be tested by people. A colleague criticizes, a friend cancels a meeting. Remember the Buddha's teaching about the 3 poisons: greed, anger, ignorance. Complaining is anger disguised as helplessness. Instead of, he pisses me off, say, he is my teacher. In Japanese Zen, there is a ritual called satori, sudden insight. Imagine that every irritant is a stone on your path to enlightenment. Step over it and move on. By the 3rd day, a miracle will happen. You will hear silence. Not the one between the sounds, but the one that sprouts through the noise. Like a samurai noticing the flutter of a butterfly in the midst of battle. There is a story in the Lotus Sutra about a child playing in the dust until his father shows him the heavenly palace. Your complaints are this dust. Stop building sand castles. You have the whole universe in front of you. Yesterday's gossipy coworker will become a teacher of patience. Rain outside your window is a symbol of purification. You will begin to see patterns of karma like wrinkles on the face of time. By midnight, you'll notice a strange phenomenon. The world around you has become louder. The noise of cars, voices, it's like it's amplified. Don't be alarmed. It is your consciousness, cleansed from the inner dialogue of the victim, that has begun to hear life. As Zen Master Ikkyu wrote, listen to the silence between the raindrops. Your true nature is singing there. Today's challenge is to spend 1 hour in complete silence, even mentally. If it is difficult, repeat the mantra. My mind is a calm lake. Day 4 is the boiling point. You will be put to the test. Your phone will break. The bus will be late. The kettle will boil. This is when the Zen practice of Itigo Ichi-e, one encounter, one moment, comes in handy. Master Aisai brought tea to Japan in the 12th century. His ritual is not about the drink, but about how a broken cup teaches you to accept non-ideality. When you want to exhale again, remember, every problem is a tea leaf. Drop it into a boiling pot of challenges, and you'll get the flavor of insight. Today, you will face the temptation to tell the world about your feet. But the real power is in silence. Remember the parable of the monk who meditated in a cave for 10 years. When asked, "What did you learn?" he replied, "Every time I wanted to speak, the rain put out my fire." Your challenge is not to share the challenge with those around you. Let your victories remain a secret, like seeds sprouting in the dark. Every discreet phrase is a coal that kindles the inner light. Day 5 will reveal to you the mystery of emptiness, not the emptiness of an abandoned house, but the emptiness at the core of a peach pit full of potential. The Buddha said, "All that we are is born of our thoughts." Complaining is a weed growing from the seed of attachment to the outcome. But what if you stop waiting for the perfect? Imagine you are a lantern, shining not because it's dark around you, but because it's your nature. Even a bad day will become fuel for your flame. By this day, you will notice the problems have not disappeared, but their reflection in your mind has changed. As Zen wisdom says, worry is the wind. A calm mind is a lake that even a hurricane cannot distort. Today, at any difficulty, ask the question, what does this teach my soul? The Buddha said that suffering is the clay from which wisdom is molded. A broken vase a lesson in fragility, loss of money, a lesson in freedom. Your tongue is now the brush that paints a new world. Day 6 is an encounter with the shadow. You realize how you have been feeding your inner demon for years, telling it about your failures. There is a story in the Zen Chronicles about a monk who spent 10 years beating an imaginary enemy with a stick until he realized the stick and the enemy are one. Your complaints are that stick. Turn it over and it becomes a staff leading to the top. Say thank you to the traffic jam that gave you time to breathe. Thank the critic who sharpened your resilience. This isn't feigned optimism. It's the alchemy of perception. It's a strange feeling. You no longer feel the need to complain, but what will fill that void? In Japanese rock gardens, the space between the boulders is called ma, the embodiment of harmony. Your silence is now not an absence, but a receptacle for wonder. Today's practice: write 5 gratitudes for something that used to cause grumbling. A traffic jam? Thank you for pausing to hear birdsong. Cold coffee? Thank you for the lesson of acceptance. This is how you will become an alchemist, turning the lead of irritation into the gold of awareness. The 7th day will begin with a surprise. You will taste the morning as you did when you were a child. The Dhammapada says, hatred does not stop with hatred, only by love. You will add, complaints are not ended by silence, only by realization. You will witness a miracle. Your tongue, formerly a scalpel cutting wounds, will become a brush painting mandalas. And karma, it is no longer fate, but a garden where you are the gardener. Each thank you is a cherry blossom in the midst of the winter of your doubts. Morning, you walk up to the mirror, the one with the crack, and you see another person. In Zen, they say, to see the moon, you have to break a pitcher of water. You have broken the habit of complaining, and now the light of your essence pours freely. The final step: perform a ritual. Write on a piece of paper everything you have grumbled about before and burn the sheet. Mix the ashes with the soil of a houseplant. Each sprout will become a monument to your power. Buddha taught, there is no fire more terrible than passion, no blow more powerful than hatred. You have just put out the fire in your own heart. But the true test will not come from outside. It will rise from the depths of your memory. Remember Buddha's words, the past is already dead. The future has not yet been born. There is only now. On the 8th day, although formally the challenge is complete, you will realize time is an illusion woven from complaints and regrets. Like a monk who has meditated for 12 years at a waterfall, you'll discover that you can stop the flow of thoughts by simply stopping pushing them with the paddle of judgment. Your unfair situation at work, it will become a theater where you are both actor and audience laughing at the absurdity of the script. Here will be revealed a secret that Zen masters passed on in whispers. Complaints are prayers in reverse. Instead of attracting light, they dig a well of darkness. Imagine the peasant in the ancient parable who cursed the drought every day until he noticed that his own shadow was blocking the sprouts. You are both the peasant and the sun. When you stop cursing, you will turn around to face the world, and the rain of gratitude will water every crack in your life. And what of those who snap on the 3rd day? The story of Nun Ensign, who attempted the path without words 40 times, provides the answer. After each breakdown, she tied a knot in a silk cord. When the cord became a heavy necklace, she laughed, "Every failure is a pearl." Your breakdowns are not defeats. They are karmic knots that, when untied, will become a stairway to the nirvana of everyday life. You will begin to notice the magic of acquiescence. Like a samurai accepting a sword blow without resistance, you will disarm chaos. The traffic jam? It gives you time to hear the bird song you've been drowning out with the music of complaints. A coworker's mistake? It is a mirror showing your own unhealed wounds. The Heart Sutra says, form is emptiness. Emptiness is form. Complaint is form. Behind it is emptiness, ready to become anything. Choose wisdom. By day 9, yes, the challenge is technically over, but the game is just beginning. A metamorphosis will occur. Your ears will open to the whispers of the universe. You'll hear the wind in the leaves reciting mantras, and the hum of the refrigerator will become a meditative gong. There is a koan in Zen Buddhism. What is the sound of one palm clapping? The answer is, it is the silence after your last complaint. It is more deafening than any thunder. Now for the main point, how to make this transformation irreversible. The Buddha gave the prescription: don't cling to the teaching like a raft crossing a river. Create an anchor ritual. Every morning, touch the mirror with the words, "Today, I cut karma like silk." Or in the evening, light a candle, visualizing its flame burning away the 3 stings of the day. These small gestures are vibrations that change the frequency of reality. A final revelation awaits you. In the 14th century, Master Ikkyu burned a sacred sutra, shouting, "The Buddha is in the wood." He wanted his disciples to see the sacred in the ordinary. Your mission now is to find the sacred in the damned moments. Toothache? It's a meditation at the mortality of the body. A friend's betrayal? A lesson in trusting the path. Even death is just a shift from complaining to gratitude for the breath that was given. Be warned, the world will try to bring you back to the swamp of complaining. Just as the demon Mara tempted the Buddha under the Bodhi tree, so advertising, the news, and even loved ones will whisper, "It's okay to complain." Remember the story of the tea master who broke his favorite teacup with the words, "Her time is up." When you feel like whining about the loss, smile. Her karma has been fulfilled. And here's the bottom line. After 21 days, 3 karmic cycles, you will become what the Tibetans call a jinpa, one who carries the light without noticing the burden. Your words will begin to heal. Your gaze will start to light a fire in other people's eyes. And the habit of gratitude will turn into a superpower. Scientists have proven that 5 minutes of gratitude a day increases the neuroplasticity of the brain. But you don't need research. You'll become living proof. Now imagine, a year from now, you're sitting in the same chair, but your life is different. You're no longer a human being, you are a samsara navigator. Every day is a game where complaints turn into bonus levels. You laugh at old social media posts, "God, how I whined." And then you write a comment under that video, "That worked." And then a second, "Thank you." And a third one, "I've become the gardener of my karma." P.S. Anyone who's watched it to the end has already changed. You don't believe me? Look at your hands. They are no longer clenched into fists of anger. They're ready to create. See you at the next episode. And remember, Zen is not meditating on a pillow. It's a life in which every thank you is a bell strike that awakens the universe. If you've listened to this point, The seed has already been planted. But know this, enlightenment doesn't come from watching a video. It comes when you hit subscribe and turn this channel into your daily Zen bell. Every like is a mudra, solidifying your intention. Every comment is a mantra, creating a community of those who are no longer afraid of their own shadow. The choice is yours. Close the tab and stay in the swamp of later, or become the person they will say a year from now, he took 7 days and changed 7 lives. The sakura of your karma is already blooming. Will you pluck the petals by complaining, or will you let it become a tree?